Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go over some of those weekly reminders on things that you want to do before maintenance hits. Just things that are going to be expiring or going away. And as well, like the second half of the video, we're going to do some of those static weekly trades on things that you should always be trading in for, reminders for that too. Now, one of the very first things I want to cover and talk about this week is there's going to be an early maintenance coming up on Tuesday. So that's actually going to be happening 3 hours early. So just keep in mind anything that you need to do before maintenance hits, it's actually going to be happening a little bit earlier this week. So there is a trade that's going to be resetting coming up with maintenance, and it's actually a pretty special one too. So if you go to Item Trader Travis at the Item Recycle shop, you can actually just find this inside of your menu too. You scroll down a little ways, there's an item protection right here. This allows you to protect any expensive augment, saving it from failing in case if it does. It's really useful for making some busted slot items. Now you can see up there in the top right that it shows that it's going to reset here in 3 days as of me posting this video. So it's going to be resetting really soon. And you can actually trade in for, one of them is really expensive. One of them takes 40 AC items or recycle badges to trade in for. I don't usually do that one, but the one underneath of it here, you can see this one takes 40 SG items. And I'm sure that a lot of you probably have SG recycle badges and stuff like that from like unwanted SG items and whatnot. So you can actually trade in 40 SG items currently for one of these. That's going to be resetting soon, so just make sure you trade in for that if you haven't. Now, I did want to point out something else that will be going away too, is if you're in this menu still, right here, the Arc Circuit Badge Exchange, there's actually some camos inside of here. Now, these are actually going to be resetting with maintenance too, so if you want to get a hold of these camos and you haven't yet, this is going to be your last chance to get these while they're still here. Some of these are actually like pretty nice camos too. You can see the majority of them all have like color variants to them, which changes the photon art colors and stuff. So keep that in mind. These will be going away and they're going to be resetting the shop and adding in some sort of new camos. Hopefully we'll get some pretty cool ones added in here. I'm sure we'll get some new color variants and stuff. That should be nice. Now currently we do have an SG support item select January 24, this SG scratch. And this is going to be coming to an end too. There's a lot of really good stuff inside of here. It's pretty expensive, but you do get all sorts of like buff items inside of here that help you out with like adding fixes to your weapons and stuff with the preset skill enhancements and whatnot. I wanted to point out when it comes to 95 goes here, you can actually see there's a preset skill enhanced substitute here. Now this item is actually really important because this allows you to substitute all the way up for any of the preset skill levels. So if you wanted to take any weapon from like level 4 to level 5, you could actually use this item here and it would fill in place of having an additional copy of a weapon that you would need to destroy for that. So it's pretty important, like especially when it comes to like something really expensive, like a fix a 4 Flugel, for example, taking a Flugel to fix a 5. You can actually use this item here. And inside of the prize listing, there's actually a lot of really nice stuff inside of here too. A whole lot of like really good capsules and some of these S capsules that pass at 100% and everything. So I just wanted to point this out just in case if that's something you're interested in. That will be going away here on January 30th. If you have been scratching on it, make sure you use your selector tickets. So we do currently have a limited time quest that's going to be coming to an end with upcoming maintenance. Well, if you haven't actually got out there and ran this yet, it's just a repeat quest that we've had before. It's a new version of the old urgent quest where you fight Next Vera, but it's actually like a gigantic surgeon. But for the main thing I want to point out here is that you can actually get a hold of it just doing one run of it. You get 10 of those winner SP scratch tickets, so make sure you do at least one run, that way so you get this reward if you haven't yet. So I did also want to point out that there is a whole lot of limited time tasks that are going to be coming to an end because the limited time seasonal quest stuff is going to be ending. So you want to make sure that you go through and it's going to be your last chance to complete any of these limited time tasks. There's a lot of really good ones inside of here. Some of them will be nearly impossible to complete now if you haven't been working on it. Like this End Master Cube here, for example, this took 100 daily orders to do. So hopefully you're close to that or have that, because that one was pretty tricky. You had to be kind of working on that all along. But Ziemi in particular, she had some really nice stuff for her shop. Her shop is actually going to be going away too. So Ziemi actually has her shop still lasting for another week, but this will actually be the last week that you have to progress all the seasonal points and stuff from her shop too. Now, I did want to mention there was a really good thing when it comes to Ziemi's shop too. There's actually like a grind boost going on right now. I made a video. You should see it up at the top right. It should be linking up there for you all to where you can make like a really cheap grind fodder from Ziemi's hidden shop that's there. It's actually really cool. Something that you can do right now. Before that's gone, definitely I would suggest checking that out. You can actually make plus 80 weapons for like 42,000 Meseta, which is extremely cheap. So as I mentioned earlier, Ziemi's shop, her seasonal points are going to be coming to an end. So this is actually going to be your last chance to progress some of these seasonal points. So make sure you go through here if there's anything in here really in particular that you need to still get. Definitely try to ground out the points for it before maintenance hits, because this will be your last chance to get the points. Now you can see on the screen here, both these, the regular shop and the hidden shop both stay for an additional week. but you won't be able to actually accrue any of the seasonal points for the main shop. So we do have another ARX record ranking that'll be going away this week. So if you open up your menu and then you go to personal, then ARX record, and then random challenge records, you can find right here it's the Dreesen Plant Board Stage 1. Now, it's always a good idea to do one run of this, that way so you get yourself a participation reward of the ARX Record Badge 20, and if you do really good, you might possibly get even more with silver or gold. Now, if you have characters on multiple ships, it's actually an individual ranking reward per ship too, so it's always a good idea to do one run per ship if you can, that way so you can get a hold of those ARX Record badges and you can use them on those weekly Star Gem trades. Now, the way that you would find this, if you open up your world map, it's over here in the Stia region. It's right here next to this Ryuker here at the Dreesen Plant 2, and you'll find it right here at this little terminal right in front of us here. This little terminal right here is where you started. So I did want to remind you all that there is randomite currently scattered around the Redum region, so you do want to make sure that you go out there and break all these before maintenance hits. There is a lot of items that you get out of these. Now you can actually have like even extra drops if you get into like a party boost, have like the party boost going for a 4-player party. And as well, you could also get like a concert boost and like your region mag boost and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you get all buffed up before you go out there and break all these. You actually get more items out of the randomites via party boost and stuff. Now you can see a map here on the screen. This is the wonderful people at Makapo.com. It's a JP fan-based website that has detailed a map here of the Redum region, showing the location of all the randomites scattered around in Redum. It's all those little yellow dots that you see on the map that represents where you can get those. So I'm going to leave a link in the video description below to Makapo.com so you can check out this map for yourself, or just pause the video on the screen here so you can just see the map. By the way, I wanted to point out, if you like some of the artwork and sketches and the GIFs that you see in some of my videos here, the stuff that you see on the screen, it's all commissions that I have done by an amazing artist named Mias Majin. I'm going to leave a link in the video description below to Mias Majin's Twitter so you can contact them if you're interested in doing any commissions. So with this part of the video, we're going to go ahead and go over some of those static weekly trades on things that you'll want to trade in for before maintenance hits. A lot of you will just know these. It's just static weekly things you should always be trading in for. But reminders never hurt, right? So we're going to go ahead and go to the first shop on the left over here in Central City. That's going to be the Item Trader Travis. Now at the Item Trader Travis, you want to go to Item Exchange, and at the bottom down here, make sure you trade in for your End Augmentation Success Rate 10%. You can get 3 of these and it takes 30 gold Prim Swords. And as well, I want to mention the ARX Record Badge Exchange. You want to make sure that you get your weekly Star Gems from here, and Arms Refiner too, in case if you need some of those. Also, I'll mention the Item Exchange Stia. Now, inside of here, it's not really that important anymore, but you can get a hold of Arms Refiners in here in case if you need some of those. That's a pretty easy way to get some. And as well, the Aegis Integra Exchange. This one's actually really important. Towards the very bottom down here, you can actually trade in for all the different like Aegis Souls and the Dominas and stuff, so you can make Hal Finale, which sells for a lot of money. And the Giga Strugman Exchange, you can actually get a hold of like some PA customization discs here. Some of these have like some pretty decent value, and you can customize your photon arts and stuff. You can also trade in for like some Defi capsules here too. And as well, the Growthman Exchange. Now if you've been running Lucille Exploration, you can get a hold of those Growthman items, or you can trade in for some of these capsules and PA discs inside of here too. Always a good idea to hit that up if you need to. As well, the Arms Refiner 2 in here is pretty good too. And lastly, I want to mention the Dread Scale Exchange here. You can trade in for this TA Customization Disc Omni. You can actually only trade in for 1 of these a week too, so make sure you hit that. Then next we're going to leave from that shop, and we're going to go to the last shop on the right over here in Central City, and it's going to be at the Item Enhancement Lab. Now down here towards the bottom is Exchange Enhancement Materials, and then Other Enhancement Materials. You can actually trade in for a lot of like Gold Prim Sword 2 and Armor 2 here, and as well as some other various little things here like the Photon Chunks for unlocking Potential 6 and the Arms Refiner 2s and stuff. So keep that in mind. There's some really useful stuff here for enhancing your gear. And then from there, we're going to leave and go underneath the stairs of the Tower of Central City here. And that's going to be the Alliance Activity Support NPC Tim. Now, if you've been doing Alliance tasks, you get a hold of these Alliance badges, and you want to make sure that you trade in those for all these different Genesis points here, your Star Gems, and as well there's some triggers in here that can have some decent value sometimes too. Okay, so the last part of the video, we're going to go back to base PSO2. Now, you do have to have base PSO2 downloaded in order to go there. It is a separate DLC, but it's completely free. It's very worthwhile to have it because you can get a hold of a lot of Star Gems. You can actually get Casino Star Gems and as well Buster Metal Exchange Star Gems too. Now, the way that you get the base PSO2, if you're next to any Ryuker in the game, if you go to block transfer, there's an option up at the very top for transfer to PSO2 block. Now, alternatively, if you're on the ship selection screen, once you select your ship and you go through authenticating your ID, it's going to bring you up to your character selection screen. Now, upon going to the character selection screen, whenever you select your characters, it has an option here for PSO2 NGS, or right underneath of it, you can see PSO2 base. Okay, so upon logging into base PSO2, it's going to put you right here in the middle of the ARC ship lobby. Now, if you turn around, there's an elevator right here, which will take you to the shopping plaza. And then from there, once you go inside, if you jump down off of here and turn directly around again, you can see the entrance of the casino here. Now up to the stairs to the left here is a trade for Buster Medals. Now the Buster Medal exchange up here actually has a trade where you can get 100 star gems a week. Right here. It takes Buster Medals to trade in for these. Now you can actually join Cradle of Darkness triggers inside of the quest counter. A lot of people start those up pretty often. You can actually get a lot of them really fast, a lot of the Buster Medals really fast via the PSE bursting there. But we're going to go ahead and go inside the casino here and show you the trade that's inside of here. Now upon going through the load screen here, off to the left, you can go to the Prize Attendant Chip. Now Chip has a limited time exchange here for weekly star gems too. Now this trade here is actually per ship too, so if you have characters on multiple ships, you can actually trade in for this weekly per ship. Now this will take casino coins to trade in for these star gems here, and the way that you can hold the casino coins, if it's your very first time in the casino, there's an NPC right here which will give you some like tasks to do around the casino using drink stands and stuff, and he'll actually give you some passes for free. And there's also like little games inside of here that you can play and stuff, which are pretty fun too. If you get like with some friends and do like the Masetan shooter there and stuff, it's actually pretty fun to mess around with. Now once you have the casino coin passes, you can take them to this Voldragon machine here, and it has an option for spinning 1 or 5 passes at a time, and he'll spit some coins out at you at a random value. Now there's another way to get a hold of casino coin passes, and this is the way I like to do it. It's via doing daily orders. So we're going to go back to the main ARC ship lobby here, and I'll show you that real quick. So here we are back in the main ARC ship lobby. Now if you run over to the left, there's a daily order attendant over here. Now this daily order attendant, she actually has a lot of various daily orders for like gathering like marbled meats and stuff like that. This marbled meat one in particular is actually really good. You just get this via killing lots of random enemies instead of like the clear exploration quests and stuff like that. And then there's also like ones for like harvesting and fishing and stuff. It changes day to day. So some of these quests here are actually really easy to do, and some of them are kind of complicated. So it's kind of pick and choose. The ones I like to do in particular though is these gathering ones in particular. So you can see like this harvesting one I just got here. You can actually see I have 69 of this item. Now, whenever I go to turn this in, it's going to ask me to turn in all 69. I'm going to adjust this value to just turn in 1, because all I want to do is clear a daily order. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn this in. I'm saving the stockpile of the rest of my items. Now when I back out, you can see it's going to pop up I completed a daily order, and it gave me 5 casino coin passes. Now in turn, I can actually take these casino coin passes, and I can get a minimum of at least 500 casino coins, if not more. Now I could actually log into another character real quick and turn in the same item again and get another one of those, getting another casino coin pass set. And you can actually do this per character that you have, just in a matter of minutes, just turning in these like collected items that you've saved up. It's a really good way to get a hold of those weekly star gems. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for the video. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Stay safe and have a wonderful day, friends. I'll see you all in the next one.